Wrestle Addict Radio HQ, representing kings of the rings to the fullest. King Ricky made the hot tag to Willie T, and out of nowhere like Randy is the Queen Bee. K-Fay brother, 400 plus in the bag like money in the bank brother. See when they pod, it's the opposite of common. Look at the comments, crowned at a certified top 10. You heard? Kings of the Rings pod. Throw up a too sweet when you see the squad. Like a chop in a, I know you feel it. Kings of the Rings are the illest. Kings of the Rings are the illest. Kings of the Rings are the illest.
All right, so I just came up with the funniest idea just now. All right, so when I eventually update the slides and stuff for our video intro and stuff, we definitely have to include the Slack screenshot.
Damn it!
Yep. And Slack, when he says the illest, he doesn't mean you.
I can edit and say like not the illest.
Not the illest.
Oh my God, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of Kings of the Rings podcast, episode number 422. I am your host, King Ricky Rose. That's right, folks. It's time. It's KOTR time. Will used to say that in the original intro.
I still say it. It's me. It's Willie T. I still say that. Thanks.
Well, no,
Vader.
it's time.
It's time. It's Kings of the Rings time. Yeah, that was. I made that.
That
at
was
1
like the
o'clock
original
in the morning.
intro. Yeah, I could tell by the audio from it and all of that. With us this week for the first time in 2 years, because we kind of forget very often that sometimes you
last Forbidden Door pay-per-view.
2 Forbidden Door pay-per-views ago at this point.
Jeez.
Yeah, because Forbidden Door just happened. Ladies and gentlemen, are now no longer an intern, but officially our junior AEW correspondent. Welcome back, Slack. Slack, how are you? I don't really mean how are you, but I'm just asking anyways.
We're good, man. Things are good up here in Canada, at least in my opinion. And yeah, just ready to talk about some AEW.
I love the enthusiasm.
Yeah, well, I'm going to the show, and I have a lot of opinions about what I'm paying to go see. So, yeah, it should be a fun night.
You sound cranky, Slack.
I'm not cranky. I'm just tired.
I see.
God, frets us. I'm not the core memory in the chat.
But we have a job to do. We have a job to do.
I just used to yell, "We're the Kings!" at the end of the show.
Covering.
And we'll see you next week.
And we'll see you next week.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh,
God.
I like that outro.
God, I forgot. Wow, I forgot about that.
Yeah. So Willie T's here, K-Pape's here. We are live right now on Twitch, on YouTube, on Facebook at Kings of the Rings Podcast, and at Wrestle Addict Radio. We've got a bunch of wrestling to talk about. We have Wrestlepalooza. We have AEW All Out in Toronto, all on the same day on Saturday. But before we get to all that, we also have WrestleMania in Saudi Arabia.
And the crowd goes.
Listen, we have better looking faces than pretty much the entire roster that was at that.
Yeah,
that was at that presser.
That was unexpectedly telling.
You couldn't even say it was a presser because there was no local media at there. It was just like a video live stream with no one in the crowd at all whatsoever. So for the first time ever in the 40+ year history of WrestleMania, it is going to be outside of North America. And when you thought that WrestleMania was going to go outside of North America, we all did not think Saudi Arabia. We thought the UK. But when you factor in the fact that there was over $100 million bid by the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia to have WrestleMania, it becomes a capitalist no-brainer. It is a decision. It's an interesting decision, but when you realize that TKO is probably still going to be in debt for the next couple of years, yet their stocks are really high, it's kind of a no-brainer. I have a lot of thoughts about it, but Slack, what are your thoughts on this?
I understand it from a business standpoint because, like you said, $100 million bid. So from a business standpoint, it makes sense. But just from an everything else standpoint, it's gross because it just doesn't I can't imagine. I can't even really put it into words what I'm thinking here. But I saw a tweet that someone said, shame on WWE for making their entire women's roster wrestle in those fucking outfits for their WrestleMania payday. And because WrestleMania is the one, not necessarily the one event, but it's like the event where like the attires are supposed to be amazing and they're flamboyant and they're just incredible. And these women are going to have to come out in fucking bodysuits. And that irks me, but just like the whole, like I heard someone once described Super Showdown as Super Blood Money Showdown, and that
wasn't
really,
Super Showdown in Australia though.
Whichever one, there's too many super whatever the fucks. Like
I think they did one in Saudi too, though. Like the first one they did.
Show, I feel
for a while.
So like, and honestly, like WWE's made a lot of decisions over like the last like 6 months that is sort of not even like 6 months, even longer, that have really just left me in a spot where I'm like, if I tune in for the pay-per-view, like, and it's always a maybe. Like the last time I tuned in and was like locked in was SmackDown last week or 2 weeks ago when AJ came back, because you can't miss that. But I don't know, man. The product was, I've never seen a product be so hot and then fall off so hard so quickly.
It is the fall season that happens that way. And
yeah, at the end of the day, I get it from a business standpoint, but I don't think it's gonna be very interesting to see what that crowd is like. That's my other thing, is like, who is gonna actually travel to Saudi Arabia for that, or who's even going to be able to get tickets to travel to Saudi Arabia to begin with?
Can you imagine those like on location ticket prices? I was joking about this with AO from the Ringside Club. He was like, can't wait for those $300,000 travel packages for 3 days and 2 nights only.
Jesus Christ.
To only sit in the nosebleeds. It is wild. So no one's really going to know the number that they gave WWE. There's reports of over 100 million, up to upwards of like 350 million, compared to apparently Las Vegas Convention or Las Vegas Tourism or whatever did like a $5 million bid for WrestleMania, and that was only for like the first year. So like money wise, they'll be fine. They'll shatter all the records. For me, like Slack said, it is kind of like, as much as WrestleMania is like a showcase of like wrestling for the most part and celebrity, it is also very much a fashion show. It's very much a fashion show. More so, well, 2 years from now, more so than like the Rumble is also kind of a fashion show, but in a different way. And for some performers that are of a female body, they're able to pull off like the tight skin suit. Like some people have just looked fantastic in it, or some people get really creative with their gear. Bianca Belair obviously is really creative with their gear. Nia Jax also sometimes, well, she wears full body suits for the most part, but she looks pretty comfortable in that as well. And so that is something I'm concerned of, because like it's supposed to be a spectacle. It's going to be on ESPN. It's going to be broadcast all over the world, and this is going to be our first big WrestleMania. So it's concerning. Like we said, the superstars that were there, Bianca towing the company line as best as she could, Stephanie, Liv Morgan.
It's been great for women's wrestling. Okay, Bianca. You don't believe. I didn't believe you, and I just read the
Morgan. Liv Morgan only started smiling like halfway through when she realized she was on camera.
They dragged so many women out.
Logan Paul and Seth look like they just hate each other.
Oh God, Logan Paul.
Thank God Seth had glasses on at least.
Seth knew what was up.
Seth has resting bitch face.
Yeah, I was actually surprised Cody wasn't there, and then I watched SmackDown. I was like, oh, that's why Cody wasn't there. He dodged the bullet on that one.
How different do you think, though, the main event scene for both the women's roster and the men's roster is going to look, though, by that time?
It's 2 years down the road, so I don't know.
Oh, I know. They're going to bring as many...
Tiffany Stratton still has the belt.
They're going to bring as many legends.
Facing up against Jade Cargill one more time, and Jade finally wins.
They're going to also bring as many legends out of retirement as humanly possible.
The best legends money can buy, baby.
Do you think Undertaker comes back as Undertaker?
Nah, he'll ride the motorcycle in.
No. Yeah, he'll do an appearance. I think same with
They'll
Austin.
try to get Austin. I know apparently Sean said no.
Yeah, Sean's like, I already
I'm not going to do it again.
Yeah, I think Slack brings up probably the best point though. Travel, international travel, like I'd say a good third of the WrestleMania audience here in here in the States is international travel, including Canada.
That shirt guy's gonna be
so that's just like the green shirt guy is going to be there. But is that going to translate to Saudi? Because from like London or anywhere in Europe to Saudi Arabia, it's about a 4 or 5 hour flight. So the flight's not that bad, but it's expensive, dude. So like I'm supposed to go to Abu Dhabi in December for work.
Wait, what?
And flights. Yeah, really. So flights from Newark to Abu Dhabi are $8,000.
Wow.
Damn.
In December. So imagine what's going to be in 2 years. Foreign events. Like, I think you priced out so many people, even if they were interested to begin with. So I'm interested to see mostly what the attendance number is going to be and how fake it's going to be. Because surprisingly, Saudi has stadium after stadium, arena after arena, apparently built in no time.
Yeah.
For all these events. I mean, say what you want about the shows. You know, Ricky and Dave and I went off on the first one for hours and hours upon hours.
And that started the work.
My viewpoint,
that was the birthplace of the work.
That was one of them, yeah. And I
we
think
lost a lot of friends that year.
That was almost
the important
10 years
one
ago.
And then there was also you, Slack, but continue.
I think as of I just got it. I was just thinking, man, I called Dave a few weeks ago. When me and Dave are cool, like I remembered, oh yeah, the rest of them.
Not everybody was a loss.
I think time has also true. I think time has told that Ricky was more right on that argument than anything else, as in the transfers of culture. Now, has wrestling saved Saudi Arabians' women's rights? No. But, I mean, has it, like, sports washed the viewpoint of their culture in America? I mean, a little bit. But I don't think it's as the end of the world, hair on fire as it used to be. Because remember the women used to wrestle in giant T-shirts?
They've allowed them a little bit more freedom as it has progressed. Like, even Renee Young announced an event there.
Yeah, that, and not only like the crowds have been much better.
Yeah,
like it's definitely I've definitely changed how I view Saudi Arabia in general. I mean, as a U.S. ally and a partner, even though they're involved in 9/11. But I don't think it's as hair on fire or surprising. Maybe we're just numb to it. But I see this announcement, I'm kind of like, it's inevitable.
You don't expect.
Who cares?
Anything. It's like, did anyone? It was never a matter of like if they would go to Saudi Arabia. It was when they would go to Saudi Arabia.
Yeah, we knew that.
Yeah, if you expect $1 billion global corporation to have morals, that was your first mistake.
As soon the UFC has done countless shows in Abu Dhabi, and whether it's pay-per-views, whether it's fight nights, like, and the market there is ridiculous, but the crowd is the other thing, like that was brought up. The crowd for a UFC show in like any city is the energy is always there, and then they go to Abu Dhabi and it's just like the most polite crowd ever. Like some guy
there's quiet.
It's an absolute death right hand from a guy that like just obliterates him, and the crowd's like, yeah, that just happened.
What happens when you don't have alcohol?
Like, oh my Allah, he hit him so hard. Like,
oh my
Jesus
Christ!
What do we bring you back again?
Also, Abu Dhabi is in UAE, not Saudi Arabia, but same region, same religion. I don't know if they're
I don't know, like,
they probably hate each
travel
other.
for that show, like we said. Like, I like the idea of the mix of that crowd, though. Like.
Maybe some Europeans. I don't think many Americans are going to go.
You know what else I'm wondering about?
A mix of the Europeans with the Abu Dhabi crowd would just be like a very interesting. Saudi Arabia crowd would be a very interesting thing to see.
God, it would be so funny. The camera pans over. It's just George Kittle shotgunning beer. Him and Jelly Roll.
And then they get immediately apprehended for
Saudi
smuggling
Arabia
beer into the arena.
I'm just wondering what the WrestleMania culture is going to look like in general. Like usually for Mania, like it's not just WWE. Usually the indies follow the host city. Like,
yeah, that's not happening.
Oh yeah,
like,
that's not going to happen. They can't afford to go over there.
Like.
Also, and this is celebrities in general. Like, who are they going to get to sing America? Are they going to sing America the Beautiful?
No, it's not
a
national
anthem.
Absolutely not.
It's an American event, though.
But it's happening in Saudi Arabia. You wouldn't play the national anthem of another country in another country unless it's like America.
Well, when they did Mania in Toronto. Did they do both? I mean, when they did events in Toronto, they do both.
Usually, but
yeah, they do both.
Do they normally do it at SummerSlam? Because I was at SummerSlam.
Hey, when you guys watched AAA, did they do it in AAA? Triple Mania last weekend?
Yes, they did.
They did.
They did both.
They did both.
They brought back Lillian Garcia, but I doubt they'll do it this time around.
Yeah, I also doubt. But hey, then again, we are allies. So.
They didn't do it when they were in SummerSlam. If I remember correctly.
Don't like it's WrestleMania Libya.
No.
Yes.
So the interesting thing that you guys had pointed out is definitely like the crowd, because it is marketed. WrestleMania is marketed as a global audience. You always hear like 53 countries, representatives from all 50 states. Blah, blah. You're not getting that.
Yep.
It's not going to happen.
It's going to be 3 countries. Oh, no, you're going to do Drew McIntyre's on the card. Scotland, that's a country. Sheamus, Ireland, that's a country.
Yeah, so it'll be that. And also when
Rusev, Bulgaria, that's a country.
Who on the roster is going to be left off the card because they don't want to do the show in study? Like, do you think anyone's actually going to stay off the card? The
roster, it's too far away to determine what anybody's going to do.
It is, and I don't think any of the roster still doing that. Like, I mean, fucking Punk went, Sami Zayn went, AJ Styles went back. So
who knows? But the last thing and the final thought that we have here, when WrestleMania was created and it started to expand as kind of a cultural event, especially in the Americas, WWE and the powers that be at the time, Vince McMahon, could have easily blackballed every other indie promotion, every other wrestling promotion from doing anything in that city during that time that WWE and WrestleMania is there. And he never did that. They never did that at all. They allowed all the other companies to come in and do things, because WrestleMania became more than just that show. It became like a celebration of professional wrestling on a global perspective. That's and it's great for the entire business, and everybody got a chance to do something. And there are so many things you can just see that doesn't involve WWE. And I've said it for years. The worst thing about WrestleMania weekend is WrestleMania. That's how great WrestleMania weekend is.
SummerSlam weekend was so ass.
But did you get chopped at SummerSlam weekend? Anywho, I'll talk about that later.
Yes, I did.
I've seen that video. It's hysterical. But you're not going to have that in Saudi Arabia because, like Will said, those other smaller indie promotions won't be able to afford the travel on top of hotel stay. And then you have to pay your performers and set up and find a place to do it. It's not going to happen. So I'm interested to see what happens in North America, whether AEW counter programs, which I believe they should, or a bunch of the other indie promotions come together, pick a host city like New Orleans, and be like, we're going to have our own kind of festival around the same time WrestleMania, because I'd go to that.
I think the vibe
the ones that aren't affiliated with WWE.
First AEW pay-per-view, like when they just, I think it was All Out or All In was the first show they ever did, and they just ran it. I feel like that's the culture that we're gonna see. Like,
honestly, it would be a great time for AEW to run their biggest show of the year, All In.
Yeah,
especially when WWE is not around that weekend.
Or give ROH like
they'd kill.
That give ROH, more exposure to as well. Like, there's not much going on in ROH, but it's still a good promotion. Like,
that's true. They did put Death Before Dishonor free on YouTube, which is kind of an interesting flex. But we can talk about WrestleMania. Yeah, apparently it's a good show. Bandito won stuff. But we can talk about all that. We do have to move on. And let's talk about really quick about the Worlds Collide show that happened this past weekend in Vegas. JBL MVP once again.
Hysterical.
What a hysterical person. That show is great. JBL needs to do Worlds Collide all the time. Here are the results. Dom is now the king of the Luchadors, winning the AAA Mega Championship.
So great.
I'm glad you guys convinced me to go with Dom.
Beating Vikingo, Psycho Clown, and Pagano retained the AAA Tag Team Championships, defeating New Day. Natty becomes #1 contender for the Reina de Reinas Championship, defeating Fabi Apache, something that none of us saw except for maybe Will. Mystery Iguana and Lola Vice beat Finn and Roxanne with an appearance by Demonito, which was great. And Ellie Hill, the Dr. Wagner Jr., retained the Latin American Championship, defeating Dragon Lee, Ethan Page, and JD McDonough in a ridiculous match. And the Lucha Showcase was absolutely bonkers. I watched a mini suplex a full-grown human being flawlessly.
Excellent match. It was really fun.
It was really fun. It was a great thing. Dom obviously won. He had his father put the belt on him.
So great.
Amazing.
And it's written out. And there's some little tension in the Judgment Day and all of that stuff. Real quick with that, our predictions now. Will you actually won by a point for World Championship? Which means K is still in the lead with 113 points and a 73% winning percentage. And me and you, Will, are tied at 105.
Damn.
68% winning percentage. So with 15 matches between Wrestlepalooza and AEW All Out, there's some wiggle room here.
Fuck me. Yeah, also, quick note on Worlds Collide. It currently has 1.8 million views on
So they are
YouTube.
staying consistent. That's good.
Another successful, Triple Mania currently has 2.7 million. That was 3 weeks ago, or a month ago. So, yeah. I mean, good numbers. No matter how you look at it, that's good numbers for them.
All right, so moving on to our first prediction of this week. AEW All Out is going to Toronto, Ontario, Canada this Saturday, September 20th. Now at 3 p.m. to not compete with Wrestlepalooza. That means all of us wrestling marks win. So no one can complain and no one has to choose between watching one or the other. Pending AEW actually goes off at 7 p.m. and they don't run till 9 because that's always up in the air.
Yeah, pending you potentially want to pay for both of them.
At this point. Yeah, so our Junior AEW correspondent, Slack, is going to be in the building. Slack, where are you sitting for this event?
We have...
in the parking lot.
We have floor seats.
Oh,
really? Fuck
yeah.
Slack, who are you going with?
Just a couple of my buddies. I don't know if they're
broing out in Toronto. I like it.
Yeah. Yeah, I think we're floor seats by the ramp, but not like further up from the ramp, but still on the floor.
Nice.
Like back a bit. But yeah, like it should be a good weekend. I had plans with someone before this show. What?
Sorry, we're not laughing at you. We're laughing at the chat because the quad.
Taquan is a psychopath.
Jesus Christ!
All right, sorry. Real quick, Will. Remember Joe Nucci that we met at SummerSlam? He's coming.
Of course,
Shout out.
of course.
Joe. Welcome to the chat. So, Joe.
God, what a weekend!
Shout out to Joe Nucci.
Finally got my voice back.
So I was going to say something. Sorry, AEW All Out. Slack is going to be there on the floor. We don't know how he got there, but he got there. And we're going to start at the top of the card with our first actual prediction of the show. The AEW Championship is on the line in a match that was supposed to include Wardlow, a returning Wardlow, but Wardlow is injured indefinitely again. So,
yeah. Ouch.
So.
God, remember he was going to be
he was supposed to come back and be the next big thing, and now he's injured again. So Wardlow got swiped out by the Don Callis family representative and current TNT champion Kyle Fletcher, who I think, in my opinion, has a giant upside. He's freaking perfect for AEW. However,
he looks like Lance Storm.
You should have seen him with hair. In my opinion, I'll go first. I'm already sold on this match. Hangman's your golden goose right now. Kyle Fletcher is literally a replacement for Wardlow.
Yeah.
So they're going to put on a good match, but Hangman's retaining the Slack. What do you think? He'll be in the.
100%. I think Kyle Fletcher's a great prospect for AEW, and he's a lot of times like people like are just sort of categorized as like once teamed with so and so, right? So it's like Kyle O'Reilly and Roderick Strong. They used to team with Adam Cole, and they're sort of like always like tied to that person. And I thought the same thing for Kyle Fletcher when he was in the faction with Ospreay, because Will Ospreay being the star that he is, it's like, oh, Kyle Fletcher's like the guy that teamed with Will Ospreay. He's not that guy at all. He's Kyle Fletcher. He's really done well since breaking away from Ospreay. That being said, Hangman is winning this. There's no chance that Fletcher wins this. As much as I like him, this is Hangman's match across the board easily.
Yeah, I think we're all going Hangman here. I think this is a no-brainer.
I also do. This match is not going to main event. There's no way.
Oh, we know it's not going to main event. I just put it because it's the biggest title on the card that they would be going for.
Because it should main event.
It should. It won't. However, when you have two Canadian boys going up against FTR for the first time ever, this is definitely going to main event. Adam, formerly known as Edge, Copeland, and Christian Cage, formerly of the Patriarchy, even though he got kicked out, going up against FTR with Stokely halfway on the side. For apparently the first time ever, two legendary tag teams from two different eras. Obviously, the Edge, no pun intended, to Copeland and Cage here because they are in Toronto. We're going to get a massive pop. Slack might be deaf by the time he gets out of that show. And to be honest with you, Edge and Christian, because I'm not calling him Copeland because that's just weird to me, don't have much time left. They're going to put on a fantastic show at the end, but I think if AEW learns anything, it's you leave the crowd, you let the crowd go home happy. I think Cope and Cage, as you're calling it, are retaining. Slack, what do you have for us?
Yeah, I have the same as you. If this match wasn't main eventing, I would say that FTR actually would probably go over if this wasn't the main event. Just because, like, I don't know, I feel like they would just have Christian turn on Edge, like have everything be so perfect, and then like right at the end, Christian screws him over if it wasn't main eventing. But yeah, the pop is going to be insane. It's just the atmosphere. Because I was at the show, the I Quit match between Edge and Christian. I was at that show as well, and the energy in that building for them versus each other was insane. So yeah, just Edge and Christian for sure are going over, and it's definitely going to send the crowd home extremely happy for sure.
Is this their first match?
No, second. Yeah.
Second?
Yeah, because they teamed against Wayne and Sabian, right?
Yeah, the Patriarchy. Yeah, to save Christian.
I'm glad that Kip Sabian's got something to do. I've always liked him.
I'm feeling FTR on this one.
Wow,
little rebel here.
Yeah, I mean, because I saw his thing on Twitter, so it's probably not true. But
great start, Will.
Which one's Dawson? Which one's Dawson? Which one's Dash? Said that if the FTR loses, they retire. So I don't know if that's just a Twitter beef or if they're actually going to make that into a storyline. Yeah, beef on Twitter, but still, if this isn't their first match, I think they do something kind of ballsy
that's my buddy
here.
that bought the floor seats. What's up, man?
You're the one who got slack there.
Yes,
you're the one who's slinging dick to.
That's my buddy Kevin. He just got married back in August.
Oh, congratulations, Kevin.
Oh, congrats, Kevin.
Yeah, Kevin.
Yeah, I don't know. My guts singing FTR on this one.
Kayfabe.
You need a good shock in this
I'm
show.
also going Edge and Christian.
Yeah, I think it main events. I think it'd be dumb for
it has to
for not main event. Yeah.
I don't know. There's also nothing more satisfying than a Canadian with a broken heart.
Damn. Me last October.
Ouch.
Yeah.
Jeez.
That's serious. That's serious.
Wow, yeah, I can't relate actually. So moving on to the next match on the card, we have a four-way for the AEW Women's World Championship. Timeless Toni Storm versus Jamie Hayter, who's actually healthy for once, versus Chris Statlander. Long Island Spinus versus
who's actually healthy for once.
Versus Tekla, who's just kind of just psychotic, but she's fun to watch.
I like the name Tekla or the Claw.
Oh,
the Claw.
Tekla's relatively new. She's already factioned up. This will probably be recency bias. Look, I didn't know where they're going to go with this, but there is nobody that has the promo edge like Toni Storm does, and I think that's why she keeps it. Also, AEW has done a residency at the 2300 Arena in Philly for the last like 3 weeks, and Toni Storm last week did a Philadelphia street fight, and she cosplayed a Sandman Will.
Oh my god!
God, that's incredible.
So
cigarettes,
no cigarettes, but kendo
kendo
stick with Sandman written on it in ECW. Like it looks like he signed it.
Wow.
Yeah,
that's pretty cool.
Came out in the whole thing.
I love that.
Bashed her head with like whatever she was drinking and spit it out to the crowd.
Yeah. It was supposed to be a beer can.
Perfect cosplay. And for that alone, because I just watched the thing, I'm going Toni Storm.
Agreed.
I don't know how Sandman's still alive.
No one knows.
Disagree.
Possible.
All right, tell me why the claw is putting there. Slack.
No, she's just there to fill it out. I'm sorry, but
no, you're not.
I'm not. I'm sorry. I don't know. Part of me thinks that, because like Will said about FTR beating Edge and Christian, there's always room for a shock. And I feel like this might be the shock. And I think there's a chance, just a chance, that Jamie Hayter wins this. I don't know why. I've always liked Jamie Hayter. She's one of my favorite women's wrestlers, so maybe that's my bias coming in. But I feel like, because I'm trying to think, like, if she doesn't lose it here, because I don't think Mercedes is going to win the belt from Toni, because I feel like
she's on her own journey right now.
That's why I feel like Mercedes' whole thing is that she's going to always be chasing that championship, and it's going to take forever for her to win it. So I don't know who takes it off Toni, but I feel like this would be a good opportunity to take it off her just to, freshen things up. But I know I'm probably wrong. I'm like 90% sure I'm wrong, but part of me thinks that there's a chance Jamie Hayter wins this. So I am going to go Jamie Hayter.
All right, real quick, Sideberg, Mr. YLP. I know this comment is related to how is Sandman still alive, but I have some bad news for you.
New Jack is very dead.
That happened over a year ago, Mr. YLP. So welcome to the future. But moving along. Okay, who do you have for this?
I'm also going Toni Storm.
I thought they were going to say Jamie Hayter.
No, I don't watch AEW like that, or like at all, really. So I don't know shit about anybody right now, but I don't think this is the time for Toni to drop from what I know of. In terms
it
of
might have been a can of White Claw, to be honest with you, because it was black and white when she smashed it, so I'm not exactly sure.
That would have been
I can't think of who beats Toni, though. That's my whole thing.
Non-alcoholic White Claw. It's just water.
Right. The thing, you know what kind of, I don't know why, but ever since Jamie Hayter came out with the red hair and she looks like kind of like a thicker Timu Becky Lynch, I just can't take her seriously.
Yeah, I hope she
don't know why. Yeah. I'll see.
I missed the black.
Does Chris Statlander still boop people?
Of like blonde. I missed that look.
I get it. So Will, are you going with Toni here? Okay.
Yes, absolutely. Never. Always and forever, my girl, Toni Storm.
Yes. After pie to the face and all back in her WWE days.
Oh God, how far we've come.
Yeah, no kidding.
Anywho, speaking of Mercedes, I already know who I'm picking. Mercedes is defending her TBS Championship against Riho, who is back. Yay! Oh, yes. Unironically, the first ever AEW Women's Champion Riho has returned from God knows where the hell she's been, and she came and is going up against Mercedes. That's pretty much the story. Mercedes recently has said she has 9 belts. She wants to beat Ultimo Dragon's 10 belt record, like the one from the picture. The other thing as well is that she is several weeks away from beating Jade Cargill's TBS Championship reign record, so that's going to happen. And for that,
definitely.
And for that, Mercedes is winning. She's going to get like 11 or 12 belts.
Yeah.
She's going to break the record. After she breaks the record, who knows what's going to happen? But Mercedes is winning this flat out. Slack, say what you have to say. You're not going to change my mind. You know this already.
No.
Slack, I'm ready to say you're wrong.
No. I know I am picking Mercedes. However, personally, I always like a good spiral storyline where it's just like this Ultimate Destroyer just slowly spirals out and starts losing. So I would have booked this where like she loses this belt, and then the next pay-per-view for whatever championship she loses that one, and she loses them all slowly, and then she wins wins the AEW World Championship once she's lost.
You can still do that because I like where your head's at because she has titles from some very not well known companies. So if you get that challenger on AEW TV, that's a win-win for everybody. So I like where your head's at with that.
Like okay. I don't think Tony Khan is a petty bitch. He is. But
no.
He yeah. But part of me feels, I don't know, man, like I know Mercedes is probably going to win this, but like, wouldn't it just be amazing if Riho won this? Like, she comes because Riho is like the ultimate underdog. Everyone knows how good she is. Yes.
Yes, K in the back.
I love Riho personally. I love Riho. I don't know why.
The country of Japan.
I'm just asking if someone that again watches AEW never. What is the appeal of having Riho win, and who is an amazing four besides Riho? And I guess and the country of Japan.
Look. I don't necessarily think Riho is the best option to be the one taking the belt off of Mercedes, but part of me feels like Tony Khan, as petty as he is, I feel like he's more about the story. And I feel like we might be on the way to my story with the whole Mercedes slowly spiraling out and losing her belts, because that gives these smaller companies major exposure if one of their stars beats like the biggest star in women's wrestling right now. That said, I do pick Mercedes, but part of me is like, I won't be shocked if Riho somehow does this, even with just like a small package.
You're upsetting Tony.
Oh, please. Fuck Tony Khan.
Anyway, we got
I'll say it.
Oh my God. So Mercedes all down the line.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty much a no-brainer.
Yep.
All right. Now things are about to get really, really weird, and like weird, I mean like AEW weird. For instance, Jon Moxley is going up against Darby Allin in the Coffin match.
Love it.
Darby Allin, who's fresh from climbing Mount Everest, and Jon Moxley, who is now targeting Darby Allin, just because Jon Moxley needs something to do. Him and the Death Riders actually just got Daniel Garcia just joined them last week as well. So there's that. Yay. Yeah, remember when Daniel Garcia was? Yeah. Anywho, so this is a Coffin match. I don't know. Exactly.
No, I don't.
That's exactly my point. So Moxley, Darby, Coffin match. This is going to be wild. This is going to be kind of insane. It kind of fits the theme for All Out and what All Out I believe should be. It's a toss-up for me. Like, I don't know. So Slack, convince me either way. Who's going to win this?
Okay. So we all know how I feel about Jon Moxley. I do not really care. I've always thought he was boring, whether he was Dean Ambrose, whether he was... Yes, Kevin, we know how you feel about Riho. We know.
Kevin, you're allowed on the show anytime you want. Continue.
We hear it in the group. We hear it in the group chat. He called this his beer break match, by the way. The Riho match is his beer break match. Anyway, I think Moxley's still boring, regardless. Him and his H&M crew with their fucking white t-shirts, like, looks like he bought them in bulk. And I'm just
if you wanted white shirts, why the hell would you go to expensive ass H&M?
Because I don't fucking know, man. Where's he going? Mark's Work Warehouse? Is that a Canadian?
I don't know what that is. Yeah,
that's a Canadian thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, that's a Canadian.
Kay will be back.
Okay, so, and I love Darby Allin. He's one of my favorite wrestlers on AEW's roster. I've never actually seen him live, which is crazy. He's always been injured, so I'm glad to see him finally. And I don't know, like if Garcia hadn't joined, I don't know, man. I really want to go with Darby just because like he's like one of my favorites, but like I don't know,
Spit it out, Slack.
I'm going Darby.
Go.
Do not rush me. I'm going Darby Allin.
Oh, we're rushing. We have
going
with
Darby
with help from the ops and possibly like I don't know, maybe like Eddie Kingston or some shit.
Yeah, the over-under. How about the backstage interview?
Yeah, Moxley bleeds in the first.
He starts cutting a promo with Renee. His head just starts bursting open.
Moxley bleeds in the first 5 minutes for sure.
Okay, so here's my official prediction here. I think Darby loves to take a beating. That's just how he is as a person, and as a performer. And Moxley, who is kind of just floating around right now that he doesn't have the belt, needs something to do. They just got Daniel Garcia as a new person, so you have to reestablish the Death Riders as something formidable. So I think Moxley beats Darby here in the Coffin match.
Yeah. I mean, when's the last time Darby's won anything, really?
A TNT title at some point?
I feel like that's why Darby might win this, because like he needs to get like that momentum. Because he's like everyone loves Darby, but he needs the momentum more than Moxley does.
That's true. And that's also true, Friar Canuck. A 5-pack of Hanes from Wally World Walmart will get your whole crew clothed. That's so true. When Kay returns, we will get Kay's prediction for that. But Will, who you going with?
I'm also going to go with Jon Moxley.
Yeah. I think it's a perfect fit for Jon Moxley. He can cause chaos. He can destroy Darby. And Darby will just get him and be like, please, sir, let me have another. You're like, Darby hasn't really been relevant since Sting retired.
What are the chances that Moxley goes to open, he has Darby beat, and he opens the coffin, and for whatever friggin' reason, Bryan Danielson is inside the coffin?
And then he snaps his neck, and then Bryan Danielson's gone. Oh, because that would be crazy. That's going all out.
I feel like that's gonna happen in that match, regardless. Not necessarily with Danielson, but I feel like Moxley's gonna open a coffin, and someone's gonna be inside. Oh, it'd be so fucking funny if Danhausen or like Orange Cassidy was inside the coffin. Like Cassidy inside the coffin would be fucking hilarious. You know,
Orange Cassidy would be hysterical.
I'm calling that. Orange Cassidy's gonna be inside a coffin, 100%.
Jesus, that would be very interesting.
That'd
be interesting, but very much an AEW thing. All right,
moving on. Orange Cassidy inside a coffin is gonna be amazing.
Moving on to the next match on the card, it is Mark Briscoe versus MJF in what is going to be known as a tables and tax match. That's right. Tables and tax is like the only thing I guess you can use. MJF literally, here comes Kay. MJF literally just got married the other week, and he's like, I'm going to go wrestle again. And here's where we're at with that. So tables and tax, MJF versus Briscoe. Before we get to that, kayfabe, I know you were gone for a little bit, but now you're back with the jump off. Shout out to Little Kim. But Moxley... Thank you. Moxley or Darby Allin in a coffin match? Who do you got?
I'm going to say Darby. How do I sound, by the way?
You sound fantastic.
Wonderful. I have different earbuds that I just got that I'm not used to. So here I am.
Gotcha. And with that being said, tables and tags, MJF versus Mark Briscoe in the feud that for some reason will not end. Slack, what are your thoughts on this?
My first thought is that there is not a single wrestler on the AEW roster I care less about than Mark Briscoe. I find him just so I'm not gonna say it out of respect, but there's a very obvious reason why he is still getting this push and getting these big matches.
He's still endearing. I've learned to like Word of the Day.
See, the thing is that I actually I liked him when everything went down and everything happened with Jay, tragedy. I really liked Mark Briscoe. I found him really endearing. I was like, yeah, he's just like this backwoods fucking guy that just loves to fucking fight. That's awesome.
Backwoods of Delaware, baby. Gotta love it.
But I'm just
they exist.
I'm just so over it. Like I don't freaking care anymore. I just don't. So
and he just had another child. He needs the money.
Yeah, that dude needs a hobby outside of he needs something else to occupy his time. But I think MJF does win this, just because I feel like MJF kind of has to win this, just because Briscoe got to pick the stipulation and all that, and MJF needs the momentum.
Are they coming for you, Slack? Jesus.
Yeah.
Oh, that's on my end.
Oh, never mind.
I thought there was actually outside my window, I'll be honest with you. But no, I feel like MJF needs this more than Briscoe does, because Briscoe is, like, for people other than me, I find him very endearing. So I feel like Briscoe can afford a loss here, and I think it just makes sense that MJF wins the match. Because it tends to have, if you've noticed, other than, like, the dog collar match, MJF usually wins matches that he didn't pick the stipulation for. I've noticed that. Like, he wins the Fatal 4-Ways that he was put in. He wins the Iron Man match. He wins the match against Cody. You know, like, so I feel like MJF wins this. It'd be really friggin' funny if he won it with, like, an inside cradle or, like, a hammerlock takeover. Like, I feel like that'd be great. As much as I love Darby, him winning with that hammerlock that headlock takeover is still one of the best things that AEW's ever done.
Oh yeah, I remember that MJF storyline. So who do you have?
So good.
Me, I'm gonna go MJF as well.
Kayfabe.
Go with the bigger star. There's always a bigger star.
Yeah.
Kayfabe.
Who do I always vote for? MJF.
With that being said, I consider the atmosphere and where we're at. We have always known Toronto as bizarre world and kind of a crazy place. And what do they love? Crazy motherfucking people. Mark Briscoe fits the bill. And nothing would make those kooky Canucks happier than seeing a Long Island prick get taken down a notch.
I gotta be honest with you.
I'm gonna go Mark Briscoe here.
You could walk the streets of Toronto for 3 minutes and find 5 people that look like Mark Briscoe. Like, it's insane. Like, the way that city is.
Debatable.
No, it's not. No, there's no debate. Zero debate.
Okay.
But, yeah. Yeah. It's a great city.
Can confirm. Great city. Can confirm. Moving on to the next match on the card. We're almost done with this one. It's going to get also a little bit weird. All right. So the AEW Unified Championship is on the line, which I think is just the AEW Unified Championship, not the 5,000 other belts that it encompasses. I don't know.
The Intercontinental title?
I don't know. It's just, I don't know. So essentially, Okada. There was an AEW Unified tournament, like the Continental Classic, but it's the AEW Unified tournament, even though it wasn't supposed to be, because there's still going to be a Continental Classic tournament, but there's now a tournament for the AEW Unified Championship. Whatever. I don't make the booking. Tony does, obviously. So Okada is going up against Konosuke Takeshita, who's then going to go up against the winner of the Beast Mortos versus Mascara Dorada this upcoming Wednesday for Dynamite, or as they call it, September to remember, what's going to be in London, Ontario. So the winner of that one will be in this triple threat. I'm so confused by this Unified Championship, to be completely honest with you. But that's what's going to be. It's a 3-way match. So, and by the way, just for reference, if anyone's going to even pick the Beast Mortos or Mascara Dorada, the Beast Mortos is also known as Mr. Mercedes Moné. Anywho, with that being said, there is something brewing between Okada and Takeshita. But for right now, Okada's winning.
Mm-hmm.
And whoever the Beast Mortos or Dorada is just going to be cannon fodder for whatever happens between Okada and Takeshita. But I think Okada retains this for now.
Yeah. It's hard to go against another Golden Goose.
This is true.
Yeah.
Slack, you have thoughts? Or maybe none?
No, I don't. I don't disagree. I think Takeshita's moment is coming. I think he is going to separate from the Don Callis family. Although, part of me kind of hopes that Okada is the one, because, fuck, man, like, how the mighty fall. Like, I like Okada still, but Jesus Christ, the aura is so gone. Like, it's a sad state of affairs.
That's a bummer.
Like,
well, we can make him say bitch for like 5 months. What do you think was going to happen?
Like, honestly, like when I remember at Forbidden Door. What is so?
Not you. I'm so sorry.
Why can't it just be? Yeah, for real. That's a good question.
Don't get too self-conscious here, Slack.
No, I'm not.
There's somebody dressed up as a clown on the Mets broadcast, holding up a sign saying "I suck at fantasy football."
Oh, nice.
Amazing. Amazing.
Yeah, thanks, Joe Burrow. Ruined my week 2.
And the rest, sideburg real quick. He has grade 3 turf toe. He's going to be out for like 3 months minimum.
Oh,
I know.
no.
I know. I picked up Daniel Jones.
It's not okay. It's not okay for you. You're done.
Justin
You're
Fields
done.
was concussed.
Yeah, but it's the Jets. I expect that to happen.
Yeah. Happy week 2.
They're also done.
Yes. All right. So where were we? Slack.
No, just talking, just the fact that Okada's aura has just like fallen so far. Like when I saw him, when he came out of Forbidden Door for his match against Danielson, the energy was insane. And then when he came out at another Dynamite, the energy was insane. And now, I don't know, man. I just don't give a shit about Okada. But
I'm glad Will and I saw him at like his peak when they did that joint New Japan show during WrestleMania week. You know, what they made they attacked Bret Hart.
Yeah, it was awesome. Yeah. That was weird, but yeah.
So I think Okada does win this. I think Takeshita does beat him eventually for the belt.
Bless you.
Thank you.
Yeah, Takeshita eventually beats him for the belt. I'm just not sure which one of them is separating from the Callis family. My gut tells me it's going to be Takeshita, but I would hope it's Okada because fuck, he needs like something to do other than just calling people bitch. Like it's just.
I will say this: the Don Callis family is maybe my favorite AEW faction currently. Most because Don Callis is an amazing heel character.
Yes,
he is absolutely fantastic. But enough of the Don Callis family for the rest of the show. Moving on to AEW's really never this poor at last minute booking shows, but AEW's poor at last minute booking the show. So the AEW
I can't read that.
My God, you're getting old, okay. The AEW World Tag Team Championships are going to be on the line in a ladder match fatal 4-way with the reigning AEW Tag Team Championships Brodito, Bandito, and Brody King versus 4 teams that we have no clue about. We will find.
Well, how are we going to predict
this one? That's not fair.
I will tell you, the other 3 teams are going to be determined during September to remember on Dynamite, and those the pairings are the winner of Top Flight versus Hechicero and Josh Alexander of the Don Callis family. So I lied a little bit. You also have the Bang Bang Gang versus the Young Bucks, and then you also have Jet Speed versus Kip Sabian and Kill Switch. So those are your 3 other matchups. I'm playing it safe and just going with Brodito. They literally just won these tag titles, and Bandito is on fire, and Brody King finally looks relevant for once. So I'm going with Brodito. But if you need me to say who the other 3 matchups are, I will do that for you.
Can I just hear them for curiosity's sake?
Good. Hear them again?
Yeah.
Okay, so we have the Bang Bang Gang, which is like Billy Gunn's kids, versus the Young Bucks. Top Flight versus Hechicero and Josh Alexander of the Don Callis family. And then Jet Speed, which is Speedball Mike Bailey and Kevin Knight, versus Kip Sabian and Killswitch.
I think Jet Speed, Bucks, and Josh Alexander go into that.
I'm going to go with Brodito winning, but the Young Bucks are definitely in that match.
Yeah.
I'm picking the Young Bucks, baby. They're going to turn this ship around.
Nah. Well, you're really fucking funny, wasn't it? And then
I really hope they get eliminated on Dynamite, so your pick is totally irrelevant.
Wouldn't it be so fucking funny if the Bucks win it, but then they're not allowed to actually carry like the nice championships, and they just have to carry around like plastic belts? Like, I think that'd be so. Will may have changed my pick. Oh shit, he may have changed my pick. Oh no, I'm still going Brodito. But that'd be so
Kevin, I'm assuming you're talking about the CFL, and the question is, I don't know.
Yes.
Okay, so yes, Brodito over Young Bucks. This is going to be really, really interesting. All right, second to last match on this card, we have the Hurt Syndicate, who, if you don't remember, they hurt people, versus Ricochet and his new little Goonies, GOA, which I actually don't know what that acronym stands for, but they're just big bad goons, and they just.
That's what I was thinking too.
It's Gates of
Gates of Agony.
Agony. Yeah.
Yes, Gates of Agony and Ricochet versus the Hurt Syndicate. This is a toss-up for me. I'm leaning towards the Hurt Syndicate. But Ricochet annoys me as a heel, and I get that's the point, but I just don't see them beating the Hurt Syndicate just yet. I think the Hurt Syndicate still has a little bit more pull on them. They're still a little bit more popular. They're clearly what the Hurt Business was supposed to be, almost. And yeah, I'm just gonna go with the Hurt Syndicate. Ricochet and GOA winning would surprise me, to say the least.
I agree. Hurt Syndicate.
Yeah. Slack, what are your thoughts on this? Do you also hurt people?
I would hope not. I have two thoughts about this. One piss break. Second, the thing is here is I noticed is that the third man is not going to be MVP. Like, it's going to be, I don't know who it's going to be, but I feel like it could be Cedric Alexander. If he isn't, I don't know if he's still signed with WWE or not.
TNA.
It's gonna be Boris.
So I feel like there's a chance.
It could be Boris.
So obviously MVP is not going to be the third man. So I think for that reason, Hurt Syndicate wins this pretty cleanly, probably with just like one of the random, either the Gate or the Agony taking the pinfall. I'm not sure which one's which.
I just had the dumbest idea. What's the third man be like Brock Lesnar, who's on his way to Indianapolis and just stops in Toronto real quick?
Jesus. He would get booed out of the freaking building. 100%. But yeah,
So-
whoever I don't know who the third man's going to be. It's probably going to be like, I don't know who it'll be, but it's not going to be MVP. That's for damn certain.
Swerve.
Nah,
Swerve's hurt.
I know Swerve's hurt.
Meniscus, so he's out for a while. Watch it be like AR Fox's. AR Fox needs something to do, and AR Fox would be really interesting in part of the Hurt Syndicate.
What if it's Scorpio Sky?
Oh my God!
Oh.
That would be interesting.
That
would be very, very interesting. But Will, who you have for this? Ricochet or the Hurt Syndicate?
Man, I'm going with Ricochet.
Okay, I like that.
Ricochet.
Ricochet. All right, so we have one last match on this card, and it is Big Bill, who has been calling out
Really?
Eddie Kingston, and for some reason you can't teach that.
How you doing?
Exactly. Eddie Kingston, who has been injured for an awful long time,
Very long time.
but he is making his return, and this is just going to be for selfish reasons. I'm picking Eddie. Eddie's awesome. There's no reason Big Bill.
Eddie all the way.
This. I mean, I could.
Slack, is
Eddie,
there an argument for Big Bill to win, though?
that face says no.
fucking shot. no fucking shot. Eddie Kingston is one of my absolute favorite wrestlers, just period. Because he is. No one told Eddie Kingston wrestling isn't real. So like. Eddie Kingston.
Trust me, I interviewed him. I'm very aware he has no idea that wrestling isn't real.
I will never forget Eddie Kingston telling Rusev / Miro to redeem these nuts. That is still one of the funniest things I've ever heard on AEW television. Also, I just fucking adore Eddie Kingston, man. Like, there's so many funny moments. Like how nonchalantly he announced that Tomohiro Ishii was going to be their fourth man. He's like, oh yeah, by the way, it's Ishii. He's our guy. And he just got, and yeah. Anyway, Eddie Kingston wins this 100%. I'm sorry.
This is
I just love Eddie Kingston to death. He's my favorite wrestler in the world, man. I don't give a shit. He's the best.
Eddie's awesome. I have no bad things to talk about Eddie Kingston. So yeah,
I'd love to sit down and just have a beer with him.
I've had a conversation with him. You can find it on our YouTube page somewhere. But yeah, I've talked with Eddie Kingston before.
I don't even like beer. I'd sit down and have a beer with that man. Oh man, he's so funny.
I kicked him in the ring once.
That's right. You did do that.
I did.
That's sick.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy time. All right. So that ends the all-out portion of the show. Slack will be there in the building. We will not be. there at all. Thought about it for a hot second, but we will not be there.
I'll be there.
Yeah,
in spirit.
we will
Not
live.
even.
We will live through frets. Actually, is what we're going to do.
I won't even be there on my
Yeah.
TV. I'm just
I
going
don't even know.
to watch it.
I need to find out where Preds is sitting.
Frets will probably tell us in the chat somewhere. So, anywho, Slack, what are your expectations for the show? How well do you think this pay-per-view will be? Will it be 1 crown, meaning like the exploding barbed wire death match, or will it be 10 crowns like the ending of WrestleMania 40? How well do you think this pay-per-view will be? You will be there, so what are your expectations?
I feel like because I'm going to be there, it's probably going to get bumped up a couple of spots. Then because there's a couple of matches on here that I'm like, as like the ladder match, I feel like might be a bit of a mess, and I heard Syndicate is just sort of there to fill in the spot, and yeah, just some of it feels a little like this could be on Dynamite, but for the most part,
It's very true.
I think it really, yeah, like the bottom half of the card, as much as I like the last like 3 matches we talked about are easily like Dynamite, like co-main events. That said, with the live atmosphere and everything, I'm gonna say 8 out of 10.
I'm actually going to go 8 as well. I think they're going to put on a really good show. I think the less popular matches won't have that much an effect on the overall show. So I'm going to go 8. I'm thinking positively about this, and AEW will probably prove me wrong, but I'm going 8. Will?
6.5. I'm not that impressed.
Wow.
Yeah, his Shania Twain that don't impress me much. Love it.
Damn.
Kayfabe, who you got?
I was actually also gonna go 8. Like AEW really gives a fuck about All Out, and even though on paper a lot of it seems mid, I think it might surprise us.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to. I think it'll be.
Too many multi-man matches.
Yeah, we have
Too many
2
multi-man
3
matches.
ways
Yeah.
and a 4-way.
I will say that, yeah.
Give me a good story at the one-on-one match. There's not enough of those
And
on
you
this
don't
card.
really have any, to be completely honest.
The
There's
pre-show-
not many of them.
A Tornado women's tag match.
Yeah, that's who I might actually meet Harley Cameron next month, and I'm very
Yeah,
excited
there's
for
that
that.
big women's match.
Ooh, where at?
Pro Wrestling Tees exhibit at Pro Wrestling Tees spot at New York Comic Con.
That's so cool.
Yeah. yes, Joe. Eddie Kingston was part of the match where the ring turned into snakes and sparklers. That was called the exploding barbed wire death match. And if you ever need a good laugh, watch that ending to the Titanic theme song, and it's amazing. It really, really is. But moving on, flipping the switch, folks, to Wrestlepalooza, the first PLE or pay-per-view on the ESPN family of networks. Actually, it's just going to be on ESPN's app, which half of the IWC doesn't actually have access to, including myself. I will actually not be watching this live in any way, shape, or form unless I steal somebody's login for whatever. It's also going to be Saturday night at 7 p.m. from Indianapolis, Indiana. So and there goes Slack because he's totally out of it. But
Bye-bye.
he will return. And unfortunately, Slack is back again. Anywho, this is going to be a major event. There's a reason AEW pushed their show up, because there is no reason to compete with this when you have ESPN
Jerks.
to compete with. It's a smart move. Any which way you see it.
No, because I had personal plans that were perfect, and then things got all fucked up. And
Yeah, Rick, you could just get a free trial of a VPN and watch on a laptop.
I could.
On Netflix.
I could. I'll have to figure it out. Who knows what's going to happen? I think my priority is going to be going to see that movie. I haven't been to the movies in a while, and now I'm craving movie theater popcorn. So yeah,
you can DoorDash
I
movie
get
theater
that.
popcorn to you apparently from AMC.
Yeah, well, you can also like buy movie theater popcorn to go
And then leave.
at
That's
AMC.
true.
It's great.
Is it just not the same for you?
It's not the same, but like they do give you a thing of butter to put on it too. But like I like the movie theater experience.
Yep.
That's me.
Yeah, the theater is dope.
Like I'm not gonna.
I'm home I'm back at my parents' house this weekend, so I'm missing this live as well, which is unfortunate. Seems like every time I go home, Debbie's just like, "Oh, Will's gonna be in Massachusetts."
Yeah.
And with
I will be at the
Wrestlepalooza,
Mets game, so I'm also not watching. I'm going to tune in late.
yeah, with Wrestlepalooza, ESPN is going all out. They're doing a bunch of shows. Seth Rollins and Paul Heyman were on First Take today, I believe, as well. So expect a lot of this integration happening sooner rather than later. There might also be on the ES Stream Beast for the win. Thank you, Charles. There might also be a whole section of WWE on the ESPN like enhanced app as well. So be on the lookout for that.
Yeah, I'm wondering like if it's gonna be easy to find the replay because ESPN app, it's mostly just hey, here's what's live, and then here's our archive. Yeah. But like WWE is brand new, so is it gonna be easy to find?
I don't know. We'll have to ask people who's actually running that thing, and I do have an inside source on that one, so I'll have to ask them. But the first match on that we're going to go, and what has pretty much been solidified as the main event, the ripping pants man himself, Brock Lesnar.
That was so funny. He's like, I rip my pants, boys. They're blue. My undies are blue.
Versus John Cena one final time. Thank God. Hopefully. John Cena was in Springfield on Raw with his. Apparently, the reason he wears 54, where he has 54 in all of his merch, is because that was his number in football. And that's one thing me and John Cena have in common, which is very interesting.
That was your number 2?
I was 54.
Oh, that's why I have 54 on his soccer jersey.
Yeah, because that was his football number. He was an offensive
number.
lineman, which is hysterical.
I didn't know that.
Cool.
I figured he'd be too small for being an lineman.
He was probably bigger and had a different body type for a while. But he talked about it. He talked about not being afraid of Brock. Brock being back is also just a weird thing that's currently going on right now.
Him and R-Truth was almost funny.
Yeah, I bet you that was a Brock thing too, where Brock was like, "Give me R-Truth," because he loves R-Truth. He thinks R-Truth is hysterical.
He is.
I mean, he's not wrong.
This is obviously, of all the matches on this card, this is a giant toss-up because it's easy to say John Cena's going to win because this is his last time out, but we've seen John Cena lose before, most notably at SummerSlam to Cody. Which obviously really started his revamped run as a babyface. But you have Brock, but we don't know how long Brock's going to be around. Is this just a one-off and Brock's going to just disappear? I don't know at all.
Brock probably wins the Rumble.
Don't even fucking say that.
In Saudi Arabia.
No. You know who wins the Rumble in Saudi Arabia? A returning Braun Strowman, and he puts his greatest Royal Rumble championship belt on the line.
Oh, please stop that! You stop
that
right now.
You know what? Here's who wins the Royal Rumble. The only person who can go undefeated in Saudi Arabia, Mansoor, comes back.
Yes. Wasn't he released?
He was. No? That's why it's funny.
Yeah.
That's why it's funny.
Yeah, that's why it's not gonna happen. I'm gonna pick Brock for this one.
Yeah, I just don't know. Like, someone convinced me Brock or Cena. I know Kay's going Cena, I'm assuming.
You know what?
What?
It's so funny you say that. I don't know. Because I was like really thinking about it this morning because up until this morning I was gonna go Cena, but with the way WWE's going lately, I don't know. Part of me feels like they might want Brock to win.
We know Brock is here because they want to pop a lot of ratings, and the casual person that watches ESPN loves them some Brock Lesnar.
But do we know?
Dude, if they do that SummerSlam match just again, I think people would lose their fucking
Brock
minds.
Just dominates John Cena again.
Yeah. Or they do the reverse, and Cena just hits him. It's AA after AA after AA after AA.
I would love for that, but I'm like,
Lesnar might allow him to do it though, because I feel like Lesnar and John are really close backstage.
Maybe. I mean, who knows? This definitely is the most interesting. It's like, what the fuck is going to happen? And I like the video package they did on, I believe it was
part 1, because part 2 is going to be this. Yeah.
Part 1. Yeah. I'm like, oh, this is actually very well done. Because I didn't realize how like their careers kind of like were parallel in the beginning.
Yeah, they were the legendary OVW class.
Yeah, the OVW guys. So, I think who the fuck knows what's going to happen? That's what makes this match so interesting. Unlike AEW, it's kind of like, Okada's the golden boy. He's going to win. Yeah, MJF's the golden boy. He's probably going to win. Yep, the Hangman. He's the golden boy. He's probably going to win. It's like, okay, this one's just like, oh, fuck, who's going to win?
What is, I have a question. Do anyone I need a historian, know, like, Brock Cena's, like, record on each other?
Record?
I don't know. The only thing I do know is that John Cena after this
Brock has the winning record for sure.
I think Cena has like five more appearances left after this, which makes me. And with that being said,
that's why I'm like so fucking stuck.
I think
this is a program. I don't think this is a one-off match.
I think this is
John Cena has a record of 2-4 against Brock Lesnar. So Lesnar has won 4 times, Cena's won twice.
Okay, so you always have to have somebody who you really can't ever get over the hump, and I think Brock Lesnar is that for John Cena. Mm-hmm. I also think now, with the amount of time or lack thereof, the amount of appearances that Cena has left, I think if you do this in a very Hollywood-esque way, a very Rudy way, John Cena has to lose to create some doubt up into his final appearance.
You're right. I'll go
with Brock. I hate to say it because there's for many reasons that I do not like this man, Brock Lesnar. I think Brock kind of being that one that John Cena just can't quite get over, especially if this is like the last time ever, which is what it's billed as. I think Brock wins.
Yeah, so is The Rock.
Yeah, but The Rock's not coming back anytime. Have you seen The Rock lately? The Rock's not doing well.
Yeah, The Rock
will show up in Saudi Arabia.
Yeah, no, Rock lost 60 pounds for a movie, but I think it's Brock. Like a last time ever, I think it's Brock. I like the kind of what if John Cena could actually vanquish Brock and he can never do it. I like the Brock winning this.
That is awesome.
And watch it be Cena because ESPN.
No, I'm picking Cena, I think.
I feel like ESPN is
Slack.
I don't know. I feel like ESPN just feels more like a Brock Lesnar win.
The thing is that I don't think the fans get if Punk and AJ don't win, because I feel there's a chance they don't.
Girl.
If they don't win, Cena wins. But if AJ and Punk do win,
Brock less than 5 minutes, man. You're crazy.
Listen, it happened with Kofi.
If Brock wins, he.
Yeah, that was on TV.
Yeah, but it was on TV, but it was also the debut episode of SmackDown on Fox.
At Fox. Yeah, but it's on TV. This is a pay-per-view.
Yeah, Brock
and the
could
first
win really
on ESPN.
Quickly. Yeah.
I can see Brock winning in under 10 minutes.
Yeah, I think, the ESPN, it's like, okay, you want to have the quote-unquote real athlete because Brock was UFC champ, so Brock's been on ESPN before, yada, yada, yada. I think it makes sense.
Yeah, we'll see.
Especially if you're introducing like a fake sport to a real sport audience. Yeah, who do you think's going to win this fight for real? The guy who's on steroids, the guy who's on less steroids.
That's true. I mean, listen, when I was watching college football on Saturday on ESPN and they were promoting this event, they didn't mention Cena. The first thing they mentioned was Brock Lesnar.
Yeah, there you go.
They mentioned, have you seen Brock Lesnar? Blah, 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 blah. It was on Monday Night Football, too. They talked about it as well.
Yeah. Go because he used to play football.
Exactly. So that might be your tell right there. Moving on to probably the most predictable match, but also the match that everybody, including all the wrestling fans, are excited about. For the first time in over 10 years, AJ Lee returns to the ring with her husband, known as AJ's husband, CM Punk.
That was funny. That was good.
Versus Becky Lynch and Seth Rollins.
I will allow it.
Who at this point, Becky Lynch and Seth Rollins are essentially Team Rocket in disguise. If you really look at the
yes.
And Larry's Meowth.
Larry's Meowth. Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. Listen, you made a whole stink about AJ Lee coming back. She's not losing. Her and Punk aren't losing to Seth and Becky. And Seth and Becky being, again, just really
so fucking funny.
Really dumb and stupid, but still really heelish, I think works for them in a weird way.
Yeah.
That once they lose and them kind of going crazy, I think it works. But yeah, Punk, AJ Lee and CM Punk are winning this.
Oh, hell yeah.
Very easily.
Yeah,
very easily. It's no brainer there. Punk, yeah, it's great.
Yeah.
AJ Lee's getting really good in her promo work. AJ Lee's psychotic facial expressions are great. I also love how AJ Lee said, well, I am from Jersey, so I am known to shank a bitch.
Loved it.
Now, do you think AJ or Becky takes a bump from Punk for Becky or Rollins for AJ?
It's possible.
I hope so.
Because I don't know why. Possible. I had this weird I know it's not going to happen, but I've had this weird thought that I could, like, what if Rollins stomps AJ after the match?
I want Punk to GTS.
No,
I think that's too much. Yeah, I think that's too much.
I know it is, but like
it's
GTS
too much.
on Becky would be sufficient. But fuck, wouldn't that? Because I don't think people really buy into Rollins as a heel. They just boo him because he's going against Punk. So some real heat would be. They probably won't go as far as the stomp, but I think Rollins does do something to AJ for sure.
Rollins is too big and she's too small.
And you're on ESPN. That's not happening.
Nah, I mean, so good.
That's not happening. I think Becky taps out to AJ Lee's submission finisher.
Oh, for sure.
That would be sick.
Yeah, I think Becky taps. Whatever happens,
unless
leading into that,
AJ
we
is
don't know.
using the standing slice bread again, but I don't think she will.
We will find out. I mean, listen, she looks in fantastic shape. I'm very excited for this match. Oh, my man, Joe. Rollins and Lynch. I can
see, like,
Papa
that's
H
what I was thinking too.
booking this long
haul.
ways.
This does lead to, I think, AJ versus Becky at Mania next year for the belt.
My only thing against that, Joe, and it's not against you. You are a wonderful person. But it is, you don't make a hoopla of somebody coming back for 10 years and sell her merch like out of a Dickens. Her merch is selling so good. Bailey wore her merch. Bailey wore AJ Lee's merch on Raw.
She can't lose.
She can't lose.
Can I play devil's advocate and say, like, a possible storyline that they could run with if they did, for whatever reason, decide to put Becky over?
Knock yourself out, Slack.
Just a thought that I had sitting here. What if, like, that's how they get to Becky versus AJ at Mania? Because I feel like there's a chance that, like, Becky's not winning. There's no way. But if they were to book Becky to win, that would give Becky especially if Becky were to, like, roll up AJ for a shock win. Becky could say, like, oh, like, back of the line, like, I beat you, like, regardless of a tag team match. And that gives AJ, because I feel like AJ is going to win the Women's Rumble. Like, it feels like she's probably going to be the one that wins it, or maybe, like, Liv Morgan or something. But that can give AJ a reason to win the Rumble, and then the shock choice that she goes for Becky instead of, like, a world championship. Like, probably not going to happen because I don't think Triple H books that far in advance. I feel like that dude is starting to book week to week like Vince did. But
have you seen the writer's room?
Yeah, so I feel like if they were to put Becky over, like, that could be where they would be going with it, but they're not. But no, like Ricky said, you don't make such a hoopla about someone's return and then don't put them over.
Yeah.
But WWE's done that before, where they made a big deal about someone's return and they come back and they like, look at Brock. Brock, when the first time he came back, it was the oh my moment of, like, the year, and then he doesn't win his first match back, and it's just like they've done it before.
Yeah, that's true, but you can't compare the longevity of Brock being gone and then he comes back to AJ Lee literally just never showing up in anything and then coming back. But yeah, we'll see. But I'm pretty sure Punk wins. Yeah, I am too. Moving on to literally the only title that's on the line on this card. Io Sky stepping into the care, WWE Women's World Championship, battling for that because Naomi is pregnant and is going to be not going to be around for a very, very long time. Yeah, shout out to Big Jim for all of that, especially at the height of her run. But yeah. Stepping into the care finally gets her world championship match. Io Sky, Jeans of Sky. If everybody remembers, Raw after Mania, they faced off against each other, and it was really, really fun. With that being said, the title is on the line again. Io is arguably one of their best big event performers in all of WWE, gender notwithstanding. Stephanie Vaquer, though, is literally the person they're pushing to the moon. It wasn't Io at that presser, it was Stephanie Vaquer at that presser with everybody else, with the greatest stone face ever.
I'm so glad I don't speak English well.
She's getting better though. She's
she's fine. Yeah, she's
getting better. I'm gonna go, and also Stephanie Vaquer is like my second favorite female wrestler next to Mercedes. I'm gonna go with Stephanie here.
I agree.
This one is interesting because I have to ask myself two questions. Does Io Sky and Asuka need the belts?
No.
Now, do you have Asuka cost her the belt, and that starts the feud?
Yeah.
Yeah, that would work. Question number 2. Does Stephanie Vaquer and Rhea Ripley need a belt? Yeah. Yes, it does. Yes, it does a lot. So I'm also going to go Stephanie Vaquer. And also, like, Io Sky, they took the belt off of Io Sky for a reason. It doesn't make much sense just to put it back on her again. Now, granted, they wanted to give it to Naomi. But so it's like if you have this kind of situation, you have 2 options, right? You either give it to your most reliable star, which would have been Rhea Ripley, and your biggest star, which is Rhea Ripley. They didn't do that. So option number 2 is you make a brand new star, which they have in Stephanie Vaquer.
You can even say Stephanie started to become her own star, but they didn't have to manufacture. The wrestling is my first language promo at Evolution I was like, perfect. Yeah.
No, the fans get it. And the one that puts her face in your ass, that move works too.
The Devil's Kiss.
The Devil's Kiss, yes.
Yep, that'll also get you over. Very much so.
Yeah. It's really funny that Charlotte did that in NXT for the longest and no one cared, but Stephanie did it and everybody cared.
Also, poor Kairi Sane. I feel so bad for her.
Kairi!
It's like the way she does it every single time is just like more and more evil. It's hilarious. Asuka is having just as much fun as I am watching her have fun.
It's, you know what's funny? She probably did it once and then it just got over and then there was like, keep doing it. She was like, yep. Okay. So Stephanie Vaquer, clean sweep, especially on WrestlePalooza on ESPN, make a new star. It works out perfectly. Moving on to the match that kind of got finally shoved in there. Cody Rhodes coming back from having a child that we all didn't know about until it happened.
He had a child?
He had another child.
Yeah, like a week ago.
That's why Cody was. That's why Cody was gone.
I thought he was filming a movie.
No,
that too,
and having a child.
They started, and well, that too. Yes, he's Guile in Street Fighter coming up. But yeah, he was filming. But yeah, him and Brandy had a second child. But they kept really, really secret. And then Drew McIntyre, the year in and year out hater of the year of WWE. Pretty much what it is.
I hope he does for the WrestleMania tweet 3P.
He might tweet WrestlePalooza, actually. That would be really funny. This is just a straight up match.
He tweets out congrats to Cody and Brandy on your brand new baby.
Yeah, while Cody's unconscious, like in the middle of the match.
That'd be so great.
And with that being said, Drew's gonna take this loss.
No, he needs a tweet at Brandy Rhodes, be like, I'm your new baby daddy.
Ooh, that'd be so good.
That could happen.
With the photo of a beaten down Cody.
Yeah, that'd be great.
I'm the captain now. This is a non-title match that we know of so far, unless something
Cody's
changes.
The champion.
Oh.
Yeah, because we haven't seen Cody for a while because his wife had a child.
Yeah, I was wondering why Cody was on the marketing for Paris so heavily, and then he just wasn't there.
I think the burp just happened to be.
Drew Barrymore.
There's nothing he could do for it.
Props to WWE for letting him, do that.
Yeah,
as the top guy and take a whole month off.
Of all the top guys, Cody is the top guy, and you're going to want your top guy to go over on ESPN. So I think, and Cody's perfect for ESPN.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, he is the white meat of white meat baby faces. Everyone's going to love it. He's going to kick off the show. This is what WWE is about, a family man.
Crazy pyro all over the place. Like this is, it's going to start with a huge bang, and they're going to boo the crap out of Drew, and it's going to work perfectly. Cody
American hero, fireworks,
Indianapolis,
he's going to come out carrying a gun, it's going to be great.
And have Street Fighter gear, it's going to be perfect.
I'm also going Cody. I'm going Cody, but with no gun.
Two guns just for that.
No gun, Cody.
Slack, I'm assuming you're going Drew McIntyre.
What?
Made him think about it.
What, Slack? You don't like Cody? What's wrong with you? Do you hate America? Don't answer that.
Don't answer that
one. I don't know. I kind of I don't know, man. I like I've said, I like a good spiral, and I would love to see Cody go full Homelander. But
he said he's not doing that though.
That's not happening anytime
soon. I know he won't. But
you know how much Wheatley vodka pays him?
Nah, shocker, fucking shocker, man.
Hey, but Russian strength vodka, and they're always heels.
Jeez.
That's true, but they drink Russian vodka. This is American
Yeah,
vodka, which is liked by nobody.
Yeah, which means it's imported from Russia or Poland.
Yeah.
I'll go with the group.
Cody Finger Guns, exactly.
Cody Finger Guns. That would have been a great show title if it wasn't Slackapalooza right now.
It's not too late.
No, Kay already made the
I know. I'm just joshing.
Yeah. It's a great cover, by the way, Kay. Thank you for that. Final match.
I had so much fun doing it.
Yes, the final match for this weekend is the Usos, down since day one-ish again, versus, I guess, the other half of the division, Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed.
Hey, they were on TV at the same time today, on Monday, so that counts for something.
That does count as something, I guess, right? They're kind of a faction, non-faction. I mean, like I said, I don't like to call them division. I like to call them the Seth Riders because it literally is just the Death Riders WWE style. Here's what's going on here. Jay's turning villainous in some way, shape, or form. There's a lot of comparisons. They're like, oh, this is something Roman would do. You're turning into just like Roman. And I am freaking here for it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
Although that Yeet merch and the Yeet chant is over so hard, I can't see them pulling the trigger.
The Yeet chant is slowly losing its momentum, I think.
That's a lie, sir. And you know.
Very slowly. Very, very slowly.
Maybe in Canada, Slack. Not in America.
We're not very easy over here.
Well, no one's very easy anywhere. It's more like Yeet. Yeah. Yeezy. Oh, I heard Yeezy and I was like, Yeezy.
I heard Yeezy too, and I'm like,
I was like, completely different problem, Slack. No
for
one
us,
wants
it'd be
to
more
Yeezy.
like A and stuff. Like if someone did A, we would probably get them over as hell.
That's true. That's why you have the weekend. So with that being said, I'm going with the whole. Who doesn't love the weekend? He's the king of Toronto.
I saw him in concert last month.
Nice.
I don't like the weekend.
He's fine.
He's fine. I hear it coming. As anywho, so I think what? Oh, you gave me a shocked face, Kate. I was like, what did I say?
No, I'm yawning.
I got you. We're on the home stretch, folks. We promise. With that being said, I think you have to create a little bit of division between the Usos, and I think of all the really over people on this card, the Usos are going to take the loss here. I think Breaker and Reed get displayed in a very beautiful way, especially former athlete Braun Breaker. Did you know they're going to say he was a former Baltimore Ravens running back, blah, 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 blah. You know, they're going to really yuck it up for Braun Breaker. Trust me.
Do you like a Stephen A. Smith to go, this little guy, look how short he is.
Honestly, I really want a Stephen A. Smith integration in Wrestlepalooza in some way, shape, or form.
I want him and Booker T on commentary.
Stop it.
Oh my God. Specifically for the next
Stephen A. Smith will be out here, and the dogs, they are barking for the one Braun Breaker.
Fucking Booker T going, shucky ducky quack quack. I love it. And Vic Joseph trying to
That's
corral
like
both
Vic
of them.
Joseph in the middle. It's like, guys, only one of you can beat a characteristic black guy, all right?
Exactly. Oh my God, what a channel. Stephen A. Smith's definitely going to be there. This is what he's been waiting for. He's going to be salivating at the mouth to get on.
I don't know, dude. I mean, he didn't do well with UFC. Like him and Joe Rogan. Joe Rogan almost punched him in the mouth when.
So bad.
Well, that's
Stephen
Joe
had to
Rogan.
put his foot in his mouth.
I think this is more because Stephen A. has done like the WrestleMania pre-show before when they were in Los Angeles. So I think this is more up his alley, and I think he's going to fit in perfectly for whatever they need him for, because he's going to be there. I wouldn't be surprised if First Take is from Indianapolis on like Friday, and they're just there. You know, Pat McAfee's going to
Pat McAfee's doing commentary. Michael Cole should be back. Where's Michael Cole been the past few weeks?
Well, he only missed. This is the 4th show he's ever missed, I think.
I know, because he missed last week's SmackDown, this week's Raw.
Yeah, I don't know. He deserves a break. He doesn't take that much time off.
No, of course not.
But back to this match. Who else is going? Breaker and Reed, or is it just me?
Yeah, I'm saying.
I'm going them too.
It makes more sense.
Yeah, there we go. Breaker and Reed, a clean sweep on that one as well. And ladies and gentlemen, that finishes our predictions for Wrestlepalooza. Now time for a very interesting Crown It. So how well do we think this PLE is going to be for the first time ever on ESPN for those of you who have this app. You're going 8 again.
I'm gonna go 8. No, I said 6.5 last time. I'm going 8 this time.
Well, you did 6.5 for All Out, and I understand that.
Yeah, this one's an 8. I think this one has more interesting matches, better stories, and outcomes I'm more interested in seeing because I don't know exactly what's going to happen outside of Punk and AJ Lee.
Yeah. Kay, what do you got for this?
I'll also give it an 8. I feel like it has to be strong just because of the ESPN factor. Otherwise, I give it a lower score.
I think the you mix in ESPN, you mix in the fact that AEW essentially acquiesced and put their show before them, and competition always will bring out. You're going to pressure makes diamonds or coals, and you have competition here, and again you have the power of the mouse via ESPN. They're going to go bananas for this show for all intents and purposes. No reason whatsoever, just because it's a debut, or as you like to say, sorry, it's the season premiere. It'll be something like that.
Sorry, Chris, it's the season premiere. The dumbest thing in wrestling.
And it's going to happen. I'm going to go 9. They're going to go bananas with this.
Charles is going 7. An underwhelming viewership would not surprise me.
And I understand that because it's also Saturday, and Saturdays in the fall are dominated by one sport.
And it's for the boys, Ricky. It's for the boys. And college football.
And college football dominates no matter what. Which reminds me, Miami and Florida are playing in that, so maybe I'll...
Dude, Nash got to take all of his wedding food home. He's like, boys, I got half a cooler of cake, 20 pounds of chicken, and 5 pounds of bacon-wrapped scallops, and my wife's a vegetarian. Football on Saturday. I'm like, I'm not going to be here. I'm so upset. I'm so upset. I'm like, dude, I want to eat all of that food. It was so good.
Exactly. Slack, how old do you think this pay-per-view will be? I mean, you won't be seeing it because you'll be in Toronto, so.
Well, so I'll probably find a way to watch some of it. Honestly, and I'm thinking somewhere between like a 6 and a 7, maybe like maybe a 7. I honestly feel like a lot of the matches on this card are going to underperform. I really do. I think Usos tag match falls flat. I think Cody and Drew starts fun, but then maybe runs too long and people stop giving a shit because that's just how every Cody match goes eventually. For me, anyway. I think Vicaire and Io probably have the match of the night. I hope it doesn't underperform, but I feel like AJ and Punk's match is just going to get by on pure just like hype. And same with Brock and Cena. So like the hype might put it to an 8, but then like in retrospect, it could probably be like a 7. So like I don't know. I'm going to say a 7. A bit underwhelming.
Understandable.
Just because I don't.
Ooh, we got more.
I just don't get excited about the idea of old man versus old man as like a main event for a show like this. Like, and especially with old man.
You want to tell Brock Lesnar he's an old man?
Brock,
you know what, Slack? You know what, Slack? Tell his daughter that her dad is an old man, and see what happens.
He's an old man. He's creepy. He's disgusting. He shouldn't be back. Fuck Brock Lesnar. I hope his match absolutely fucking tanks.
He ripped his pants too. Don't forget that.
You know what's kind of funny? I was watching SmackDown. I'm like, wow, I wonder what color his underwear is. And he goes, they're blue. And I was like, he's talking to me.
I was actually in an Uber today, and the guy had a Brock Lesnar action figure on his dashboard, and I'm not even kidding.
That's dedication.
Wow.
That's strange.
It's also very strange.
Facing away from facing out the window, which I thought was also an interesting choice. But
got to deter onlookers from getting in your car. Yeah, you put Brock Lesnar in the window. I get it. I totally get it. So yeah, that concludes all of our predictions for the show, and this is coming towards the end of Slackapalooza, and it was not an honor or a privilege, but it is my duty to be like, hey, Slack, thanks for being on the show. Did you enjoy your Slackapalooza? The one time only we'll ever do Slackapalooza.
Yeah, it was a fun time. Like it felt very welcoming. I feel a little love, I think. And yeah, it was just I always enjoy being on the show, regardless of the running crap. But yeah, thank you. Yeah, I enjoyed my time as always.
Your enthusiasm, I can feel it all the way in the States here, Slack.
It's been a long day, sir. It's been a long day.
Understandable. That's why I work from home. Anywho, Slack, where can they find you?
Slack style at pretty much everything. Instagram, Twitter. That's basically it, actually. Slack Style on Twitter, Slack Style on Instagram, and we post fun stuff. I think. I tweeted a lot about Big Brother, so if you're into Big Brother, maybe drop a follow. My Twitter account is mostly Big Brother at this point. Yeah, my Twitter account is mostly Big Brother at this point.
We will definitely keep that in mind. I guess. Yeah. I don't freaking know. So, all right, now we have the big question here is, what do we invite Slack back for in the next 2 years? Because we're going to forget next year. I can guarantee that, Slack.
When WWE officially buys AEW.
Well, they might buy TNA first.
Yeah. I hope that doesn't happen.
It's looking like it's probably going to happen. I don't know.
I know. Although,
maybe we can do maybe next year or something like that. We'll do we'll preview Bound for Glory and it'll be called Slack for Glory.
They'll be like, come into Peacock, the TNA library.
I could do next week's AEW review.
We don't need you back that soon, Slack. I'm not gonna lie.
Jesus. Wow.
How about what's the thing they do in January? It's really dumb.
Wrestle Kingdom?
No, the AEW. No. They call it
Winter is coming.
Winter is falling.
Winter is coming. Yeah, we can do Winter is coming.
Winter's coming.
Slack is coming. ... Yeah.
What if one of Slack's sports team makes a championship?
Okay, we're gonna be.
What are your sports teams?
Have to wait for 5 years then.
Oh, I don't really watch basketball or football or anything like that, but for hockey, it's for hockey, it's the Washington Capitals.
All right, yeah, we've got some time for that one to happen. All right.
For soccer, it's Manchester United. You got decades before we fucking win another fucking championship.
Are you sure you want to make this bet, Slack?
Yeah, I'm convinced that Man U doesn't win.
Well, I mean, the Blue Jays are going to win the AL East, so you at least got something.
Yeah, Blue Jays. Obviously, we love our birds here.
Yeah, but make a championship. Well,
I don't know. I think the Jays could maybe.
Hey, the last time Blue Jays won a championship, Slack wasn't alive. That counts for something.
Touch it all, Joe.
That's true.
Touch it all, Joe.
94, right?
93.
91, 93?
92, 93.
They won back-to-back, 1993.
Yep.
Yeah.
Touch it all, Joe.
96.
Wow. Maybe.
So you won 96? The Yankees won in 96.
The Yankees did win in 96.
You know 195? Nobody. There was a strike.
Wow.
It could have been the Expos.
It should have been the Expos. It should have been the Expos.
The Expos. Well, we're now the Nationals.
They won 2019. 2020.
We have a
19,
TNA
19.
library on the Sportsnet app. You guys always get the good stuff. Anywho.
We do.
Not all the good stuff, but we'll make do with whatever.
You guys have the right. You guys have the right way to watch WWE and syrup. Enjoy.
I think the state of everything right now. I think Canada
and Beavertail
right now. Poutine
and Beavertail, fabulous.
Poutine is pretty good.
Oh yes, all dressed chips are also fantastic.
Okay, so
Expos did not win the series in '94. That did not happen.
Butter tarts.
You say what?
Butter tarts apparently are pretty apparently you guys don't have them. I don't know. I read that somewhere.
We have Pop Tarts, but butter tarts is a foreign thing for me.
You guys actually don't have butter tarts?
Not to my knowledge. This is the first time I've ever heard of it. Butter tarts seems like the punchline to a joke that I would do.
No, they're really good. You should look them up. They're pretty good. You can sometimes have them with raisins.
Oh, it's 94 series that was canceled. 95 series was won by the Braves.
Yeah, whatever. Next time I'm in your country, Slack, I'll look up butter tarts. So
go for it.
Yeah, I will make sure not to inform you either. Anywho, folks, it's time for Slack. Are you staying for the post show?
I can, yeah.
Yeah, we can do some post show. I've gotten really into Am I the Asshole again. So
fuck yeah.
I got really into it, so
nice.
We're gonna do that. So with that being said, let's get the show on the road and move to the post show really quick. Ladies and gentlemen, you have been listening. What the hell is going on?
I don't know, but I'm gonna go after the outro.
Yeah, I think Boris is causing
Oh, I thought that was Slack's dad.
Okay, let's restart this. Ladies and gentlemen, you have been listening to Kings of the Rings podcast, episode number 422, the first and last ever Slackapalooza featuring our junior AEW correspondent, Slack. I have been your host, King Ricky Rose. You can find me at Ambassador Biggs across all social media outlets, BIGZ Ambassador Biggs. Find Kings of the Rings podcast at KOTR_podcast across all social media platforms. Like, share, subscribe, leave us a 5-star review. The link to all of our stuff is in the description below, or if you're watching us, it's literally the QR code that is above my little window here. If you're listening to us, make sure you're listening to us on Wrestle Addict Radio, the cure for the common wrestling podcast, and follow Wrestle Addict Radio socials at addict_wrestle on Twitter and at Wrestle Addict Radio, all one word, everywhere else. Again, the links to all of that are in the description below. Will Tarashock.
Kay Murphy, should I go and see Hot Mulligan in concert? Do you know who they are?
I know of them. I don't really listen to them, but I've heard they're good live.
All right. So, okay. So I'll consider that a maybe. That's right back where I started. I gotta go listen. My friend was like, yeah, $90 tickets in Brooklyn. You want to go in November? I'm like, ooh, maybe. So.
I've heard good things. I just don't follow them.
Well, I'll let you know. That's all I got. Kay Murphy.
It is the bottom of the 6th. The Mets are winning 8-2.
Ooh, fancy.
Yes, you can find me on social media at KAE_FABE. And I have nothing left. I got to finish the summer. I turned pretty today.
Yes, you definitely do that. So when we come back next week, Slack will not be here, thank the Lord. We will talk about Wrestlepalooza. We will talk about AEW All Out, probably with Fretz, who was actually going to be there. And we'll just see what the hell goes on in the world of wrestling. Hopefully there's not another Saudi thing announced, although Tom Brady is going to be playing flag football in Saudi, because that's the thing. Literally, that's true. Yes, I will tell you on the post show. So until...
Now that's a good am I the asshole. I missed my kid's birthday to play flag football in Saudi Arabia.
So until next week, folks, goodbye, good night. We'll see you soon. Oh my God, we get to say it. He's here now. Oh my God, I totally forgot.
Count of 3.
Yeah, 1, 2, yeah, ready?
Yep.
1, 2,
3.
Fuck you,
Slack.
Oh my God, greatest ending ever. We'll see you next week. Son Slack.
Bye.
This has been a Wrestle Addict Radio branded podcast.